Caught in a battle between his mother's grip and his wife's heart, Adewale faces the hardest decision of his life. Who will he lose forever? Will he fight for his love or remain his mother's perfect son? Hello my wonderful subscribers. Thank you all for always tuning in to watch my videos. I really appreciate you all. And together we are bringing these stories to light. Adewale was a man who had always cherished family above all else. Growing up in a close-knit household, his mother had been his rock. She was a widow who had single-handedly raised him and his two siblings. Mama Adewale's sacrifice were deeply in Adewale's heart, and he vowed never to abandon her. Adewale's life changed when he met Ifeoma, a beautiful, kind-hearted woman. Their love blossomed quickly, and soon they were married. However, right from the beginning, there was subtle tension between Mama Adewale and Ifeoma. Mama Adewale saw her son's attention shifting, and Ifeoma, despite her efforts, never seemed to win her mother-in-law's heart. As time went by, Ifeoma found herself stuck in the middle of a tug of war between her husband and his mother. Adewale tore between his love for his mother and his wife, always leaned towards his mother. Ifeoma's complaint about her mother constantly interfere in their marriage fell on deaf ears. Mama Adewale would visit them often, sometimes staying for weeks without giving notice. She questioned Ifeoma's ability to take care of her son, criticizing everything from her cooking to her housekeeping. Ifeoma began to feel like an outsider in her own home. One evening, after a particularly heated argument between Ifeoma and Mama Adewale, Adewale was forced to choose sides. Ifeoma had had enough and demanded that Mama Adewale reduce her visits and respect their privacy. Adewale, however, couldn't bring himself to confront his mother. In that moment of weakness, he chose his mother over his wife. Ifeoma was devastated. She packed her bags and moved out of the home, hoping that Adewale would realize his mistake and come after her. Days turned into weeks, but Adewale, caught in the web of loyalty to his mother, didn't follow her. Life without Ifeoma was strange for Adewale, but Mama Adewale was pleased. She thought that Ifeoma had never been the right match for her son. She encouraged Adewale to focus on his work and promised him that a better woman would come along, one who would respect both him and his family. Meanwhile, Ifeoma struggled to pick up the pieces of her life. She missed Adewale, but the thought of being constantly undermined by her mother-in-law kept her from returning. Her friends advised her to move on, but the love she had for Adewale made that impossible. Months passed, and Adewale started to feel the weight of his decision. His heart, once filled with love and laughter, now felt empty. Mama Adewale's constant presence became suffocating. Every time he tried to bring up the possibility of Ifeoma returning, Mama Adewale would dismiss the idea, saying she had only ever caused trouble. Adewale began to miss the little things about Ifeoma, the way she laughed, how she cared for him, and how she brought balance to his life. He realized that his marriage was suffering because he hadn't set boundaries with his mother. One day, Adewale decided to visit Ifeoma. He found her living with a friend, looking more independent and confident than he remembered. Ifeoma listened as he apologized, but she wasn't quick to forgive. She told him that she had suffered too much under his mother's shadow and couldn't return unless things changed. Adewale promised Ifeoma that he would talk to his mother, but deep down he knew it wasn't being easy. Mama Adewale had always controlled his life, and standing up to her felt like an impossible task. Nevertheless, Adewale vowed to make things right. Adewale returned home and tried to reason with his mother. He told her that if she continued to interfere in his marriage, he would lose Ifeoma forever. But Mama Adewale, set in her ways, refused to listen. She accused Ifeoma of trying to break their bond and said she would never accept her back. Feeling frustrated and defeated, Adewale had to make a tough choice: either continue living under his mother's thumb or fight for his marriage. He chose the latter and told Mama that he loved her but needed space to repair his relationship with Ifeoma. Mama Adewale was hurt by her son's words, and for the first time, Adewale saw his mother in a vulnerable light. She had always been strong, but her fear of losing Adewale has clouded her judgment. In her own way, she wanted to protect him from what she thought was a bad marriage. Adewale reassured her that his love for her wouldn't change, but his marriage needed to stand on its own. Mama Adewale reluctantly agreed to give them space, but the strain between them was evident. With his mother's reluctant blessing, Adewale returned to Ifeoma, ready to rebuild their life together. It wasn't easy. The wounds from the past were still fresh, but Ifeoma saw that Adewale has taken a stand for their marriage. Slowly, trust began to grow again between them. Adewale and Ifeoma decided to move to a new house, away from his mother, to give their relationship a fresh start. Though Mama Adewale felt abandoned, Adewale made sure to visit her regularly, reminding her that his love for her had not diminished. Over time, Mama Adewale came to understand that Adewale's marriage didn't mean she was losing her son. She softened towards Ifeoma, realizing that her interference had caused unnecessary pain. The two women slowly began to reconcile, though their relationship remained cautious. Adewale's decision to choose his marriage over his mother wasn't without its struggle, but in the end, it brought balance to his life. He learned that love sometimes meant setting boundaries, even with those closer to you. Adewale's journey was one of growth, understanding that while a mother's love is irreplaceable, a marriage requires space to thrive.